coming up to 5 o'clock here on Up North on CBC Radio One. Well, post-secondary sports are canceled this fall. That means no football, no soccer, no cross-country. But there's a new league starting, and it could fill the gap. The OPSE, or Ontario Post-Secondary Esports, launches this fall, pitting university and college esports teams against each other. League Commissioner James Fitzgerald joins me now to discuss. Hi, James.
Hey, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well today.
Good. This is an exciting time. So what does an esports league even look like?
Yeah, so the esports league, we're really looking to match your traditional sports leagues like the NBA, like the NFL, where we're sort of splitting it up into three distinct parts: a preseason, a regular season, and your playoffs. So preseason is going to run from around the end of August through September, and that's really so that the schools can gather their teams, work on their rosters, run tryouts, and sort of have exhibition games. Then from October through March, the students will be playing in the regular season, and then that will feed them into the playoffs, which will be running in March and April.
So I think when it's not new, but fairly new in the last 10 years or so. When we even say esports, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, so really we're talking about competitive video games, and the same way that your sports leagues like the OUA and OCAA are operating leagues for multiple different sports titles. Here at OPSE, we're running it for multiple different games. So in our inaugural season, we're planning to run League of Legends, Rocket League, Hearthstone, and Overwatch.
Okay, I played a little Rocket League in my day. Why did you decide to launch this league now?
Well, really, it's one of those things that we wanted to do for a while. Esports has been sort of on the 5-10-year plan of all of these post-secondary institutions across the province. And one of the big components that was missing compared to your traditional sports leagues and varsity programs is the existence of a regional league. We want the opportunity for Lakehead to play against other local schools. We want the opportunity for, say, the Carleton Ravens to play the Waterloo Warriors. And that really didn't exist in the current collegiate esports ecosystem, as it's sort of more global. With schools moving to sort of a digital fall and potentially digital winter as well, a lot of these plans just sort of got pushed forward because it just made sense to have a digital league for, these schools are offering digital academics. And that way we can give the students who are at home something to support and something to really build school spirit around.
What's the process been to convince a school's athletic department to get involved in esports?
It's been, I don't want to say challenging, because all the athletic departments have been fantastic to work with, but it's new. It's a new process that no one's ever touched before, and it's something that all these athletic directors don't really know much about. They're almost using their kids as a reference point to learn more about how these different esports work. So we spent June reaching out to 46 different post-secondary institutions in Ontario, and had a couple town halls featuring almost 40 different schools represented there at each one. And we've just been sort of educating the different institutions on, hey, what is this? What does this look like? And how does it really fit with the values that they have as an athletic department?
And so, I mean, this is schools in the States have been doing this. So what's the reception been down there?
Well, I think it's been really positive. You see a lot of schools sort of pivoting a lot of their almost a lot of their athletic promotional budgets, especially if you're not a big football school like in Alabama or Louisiana. Really, it's just hitting a new market that schools had a big problem engaging with, and it's also a market where a lot of the schools are competing with to get the interest of those STEM students. So by sort of becoming involved with esports, it almost sets them apart from their competition and gives people a want to go to that school, in the same way that there's a lot of students who go through high school and then they want to go to Western to play football, or they want to go to Queens to be a Gale. We're hoping that in the future students will want to go to different schools to compete for them in the world of esports.
Well, I wish you all the best with this, James.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for coming on. That's Ontario Post-Secondary Esports Commissioner James Fitzgerald. Plans to start the league's preseason next month.